Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. What's up? We're back.
We're here. Sorry, we're a tiny bit late. We were just talking. we were like, oh, what's the time? Yeah, just chatting.
I know we did a show last week, but I feel like it's been a million years.
I feel the same. You know? What is that?
I don't know. It's how much I love you. I'm just like, it's been too long.
Yeah. It needs to be more frequent.
I know.
We should just start doing shows every day.
All the time. But just about like, we had to do the side channel because there would be no structure. It would just
we'll
be
just
us
get on and talk. Yeah. And just it happens to be in front of James and Kenny and everybody else. Like,
yeah. Oh my gosh, Tanner Book. So glad to watch Fangirlz tonight. Y'all get my mind off the fact that I'm running out of category.
Oh my gosh. Oh no. Well, one, I love your Rugrats profile picture. That's awesome. Two, I hope you're okay. I hope everything works out all right. Like that's scary.
Oh Lord. Oh.
Yeah.
Another version of Omnidog. Hello.
I love the feline friendly one.
Hey, Fave's alive and somewhat rested. Does that mean you're alive and somewhat rested, or we are? Because I do sometimes get like comments in this lighting in the basement where it's like, did I just wake up from a nap?
You got that once, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
From a questionable.
I'll never forget.
Well, we're glad you're alive and here, Freddie. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
While you're here, guys, you should check out InStockTrades.com, where you can get the best prices on your collected editions. The packaging is going to be on point. You're going to get your books, and they're going to be nice, and you're going to be like, ooh, this is nice, and they're cheap, and that's great. $50 or more in the United States, free shipping, and you have to.
And I just recommended it to a friend because he was like, hey, I don't know if he's trying to buy it for somebody, maybe a lady, I'm not sure. But he's like, hey, can you recommend some Batman Harley books? And I was like, yeah, sure. And he's like, is there an affordable way to get these books? And I was like, oh, digitally? Because DC Universe. He's like, well, no, physically. And I was like, well, let me tell you about my sponsor.
Love that. They're getting plugs in real life. It's great.
Oh, yeah. I have definitely stopped people in actual other bookstores, not local comic bookstores. I'd never do that. But like Barnes and Nobles, where I see like some parents or something like going through the manga section. I'm like, hey, you looking for something? I don't work there, but I'm nosy. And like, yeah, I'm looking to buy such for my kid, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, listen, here's some recommendations, but let me just tell you about a site that you can order this for way cheaper. Don't support big box. Support what I consider to be a local-ish store. It's local to us. It's in
That's
our.
True. That's true. That's so true. We can drive there.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah. This makes me think of like you're in Barnes and Noble. You've got a trench coat, and you're like walking up to people like, "What are you looking for?" And then you open it up, and it just says InStockTrades.com. Here's where you can find it.
Oh my god, that's such a good ad.
Yeah.
All right. In Stock Trades, you're watching this. We could email them.
Yeah.
We can do that ad for you.
Yeah. We'll be in trench coats. We'll walk like this. We'll
like in unison.
Yeah.
I would do it anyways. Let's not get permission. Just do it.
Yeah, let's just do it. It'll be a fan ad. We'll put it on YouTube. It'll be great. Someone will like it.
Hey,
Probably some lovely people in the chat. Come on, look. There's a lot of people around.
Easy, advertisements. So, absolutely.
I do too.
Speaking of which, unrelated, before we talk about One Piece, is the It's Hot Dawn ad still running in your neck of the woods?
Yes, it is.
Still?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
That's my childhood.
Yeah, I know, right?
Okay, good. Guys, it's a really lame ad from where I'm from, where it's like talking about cars or something. Like the deals are really hot, and it's like, it's hot, Dawn.
Yeah.
You can say that again. It's hot, Dawn. And I've never forgotten that.
They're all so cheesy. Yeah.
Maddie in her 10th Doctor cosplay, hitting up parents buying manga. I dressed up my nephew's the 10th Doctor once for Halloween.
That's
I've
cute.
never felt like a better aunt. He's not a nerd anymore. I'm very disappointed.
Oh.
I tried really hard, you guys.
Yeah. You can only do so much.
That is true.
I get it.
Well, now it's time. We are continuing our cruise, as it were. Our journey to find the One Piece.
Will we ever?
We should be
feel
done
like
by
it'll never
year,
end at this
right?
point.
I mean, like, not done with One Piece, but done with our portion of One Piece.
I think so. I mean, we're in what? We're in the 700s now.
Mm-hmm.
There are 1,000 something chapters at this point. Yeah, it's not that much after 1,000, right?
Yeah, it's not that.
Yeah.
So we're like Dressrosa Part 1 this month, because Dressrosa's the longest before. I mean, I can't remember how long Wano is currently, but it's long. But Dressrosa is very long. So we're doing Dressrosa Part 1, ending at the end of the Coliseum, fight tournament. And then Dressrosa Part 2 next month. And then I think Zoe after that. And then Whole Cake. And then Wano. So I can't do math.
September,
That's
October. No, it was 4 months, and that was about.
Yeah, so we should.
Yeah.
We said we'd read One Piece a month. We didn't. A year is pretty good.
I mean, that's close to a month. No, it's not. It's not.
Wano was the longest, but Dressrosa felt forever. Yes. Oh, okay, it's currently the longest. Yeah. Yeah, I stopped. I'm now months behind, but once we started doing this, I was like, I'll just won't be current, and I'll wait till we get there so I can really read it all together.
Oh, that'll be really fun then.
Yeah, so it'll be new for you and me, which will be fun. Hopefully that'll make it easier.
At the same time, I'm already like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to remember anyone's name from this. No one at all.
That is okay. It's hard when you're not watching it. I will say that, because when you're watching it, you get very used to the characters, like colors, their style, the way they talk, the way they hold themselves.
Makes sense.
And so, some of these characters very much will stick with you. Like, I am a Bartolomeo fan for life. Like, I have some favorites, but when it comes to like outside of Straw Hat favorites, Bartolomeo is very high up there. I love him, and my husband Elliot is a Cavendish fan, 100%. So we eventually will cosplay two of them together, but he does have a full Cavendish cosplay.
That's exciting.
Yeah, it's very cute. If I felt like getting up, I would bring over my figures that are from this arc, but nah.
I do love how Luffy just kept saying cabbage the whole time.
Cabbage, yeah.
I love that so much.
So good. So good. All right, so let's get to it. So basically, we're entering Dressrosa. We had a bit of a lead up to that with Punk Hazard. And there are a lot of things happening here. This is one of those that, luckily, I really appreciate the group is really broken up in here. So you do have, 3 different things going on, which is good, because to me, tournament arcs in anime, I hate them, typically. Because there's so many in shonen anime. You're going to get to a tournament, it's going to last 100 episodes, and I'm going to hate every bit of it, because it's just a tournament. So it's always been the bane of my existence. Dragon Ball does it, Yu Yu Hakusho does it, everything does it. And I'm just not a fan. But I like it in here because there's enough going on and differences that it doesn't feel like it's that's the only thing, which is good. So there's a lot to talk about and cover. So I guess first thing we can say is I will ask you about your first impressions or your favorite characters or moments of this arc, and then we can kind of dig into. I think if we divide it by the group and talk about each group thing, that'll be easier.
Yeah, that's good. This was hard too because I felt like I couldn't watch one of those recap videos because we're stopping in the middle of an arc, and I'm like, I don't want to be spoiled.
Oh, that's too bad because honestly, the Grand Line Review Dressrosa in Minutes Part 2 is exactly what we read.
Really?
Because he said Dressrosa Part 1 was Punk Hazard, and I was like, what?
Oh, that's confusing. Okay, well, but I didn't get to do that this time, which did help me.
I've got you because I watched it before we did this.
Okay, good. I will say, as someone who's just reading it, and I watched those 2 episodes you told me to back in the day, and that's it, or maybe 3 at this point.
Yeah.
There's a lot of times where I am wishing, just for retention purposes, I was watching it either as well or only, right?
Yeah, and I wish if you lived closer to me, if I had thought about it, I'd been like, okay. This is coming up. We're middle of reading it. Let's sit down and watch just a few, just so it's easier to remember just faces.
Yeah, because that really helped last time, which I totally get. Because even just the fighting scenes feel very muddled to me a lot of the time. Where I'm
a million characters in those 4 different areas.
Oh my gosh!
And some of them are important. Either you've seen them before, like Bellamy, or Jesus Burgess, or whatever, or they're going to be very important later. And you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, even when there's just more than one person battling and fighting, I'm just I'm not sure who's what in this drawing, right? Like, I love the art style, but I'm also like, black and white, and I'm not sure what's happening. It's hard.
It's hard reading it all in one go and not week to week because you have time to like read it and then like think about it.
Right. Yeah.
Usually how
that
it
makes
is. You're like,
sense.
okay.
So I do look forward to that part of my life that I hope happens eventually.
Caught up.
Yeah.
It'll happen.
Where I'm like, okay, I don't have to like rush through this because it still feels like there's so much in every chapter where I'm like, oh no, I'm definitely not going to remember this because I get to the next one. Right? So I have a lot of that. But I think my favorite character was maybe the soldier guy, the toy soldier.
I'm so glad you said that because Soldier-san is everything and heartbreaking and everything.
Yes.
To me.
Oh. Yes. He made me so upset. Like when they started introducing him and his daughter was like, he's like a father to me. I'm like, he is your father. I bet he's your father. And then he was. God. And I was like, no.
So let's actually, you know what? Since you bring that up, let's start with him.
Okay.
And then we'll get to the other bits because there is a big thing that we'll have to talk about, which you had mentioned, like, man, I hope we see this character. This is sad. I'm like, ooh. Well. But Soldier-san's one of my favorite backstories. It's one of the most memorable parts of like Dressrosa Arc. And there's more. Like there's gonna be such great, poignant backstories for people that you're like, how can they rip out my heart anymore? Because part 2, whoa.
Well, and it's always a backstory, right? I mean, every time there's a flashback, I'm like, I'm gonna cry. Like I'm just 100%. I'm gonna feel things right now.
So we get in here, we hear about this factory that's being run, and it's being run by toys. So when you first enter Dressrosa, you see a collection of people, but you also see these different like toys walking around. It feels very like Babes in Toyland sort of deal, like tin soldiers or whatever. And one of the most important ones you see is Soldier-san, who is the sweetest. And we get this backstory of him where, because basically when Sugar, one of Doflamingo's people, the family, who's like this, looks like a little girl, I think she is a little girl, who has
like an eye patch, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she always has like these little basket of blueberries. She's very cute. She is able to turn people into toys. But when she does that, everyone else loses memory of who they are. They don't know who they are. They don't have any recollection. And the person who is a toy, they can't tell them either. So they have to exist here, not being a part of anything, which is very sad.
It's so sad. It's more sad than just you saying that and you understanding it as a concept. But then even like when we would see them later, like I'm like doing this, the toys walking around, thinking about being stuck forever, thinking about what their lives are now, thinking about all their family that thinks they're dead or whatever, like.
Well, not even thinks they're dead, does not remember them.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Right.
Which
right.
is so much worse. Your existence is wiped out of the mind of anyone who's ever met you. And this is especially sad because we get a bit of that with like Robin too, who turns into a toy, and that's also really heart-wrenching when that happens. But you meet Soldier-san when you learn that this happened to him. He was not the king; he was the prince, but he was like, I think his father was the king. But he had a daughter, Rebecca, who in the tournament, who is a badass, even though she's dressed like Red Sonja, basically.
Yeah, I was thinking that the whole time.
She's a sweetheart. And he was turned into a toy when Rebecca was very, very young. Because it was when Rebecca was young that Doflamingo took over Dressrosa. Which is also, we'll get to that, is a very sad way that happened. Is very sad.
Yeah.
But he got turned to a soldier, and basically, he still stayed around Rebecca. But Rebecca didn't know that was her dad. She has no idea, and he can't tell her anything, but he trains her how to fight. He basically takes care of her, and he does raise her. He's this big part of her life. But she has no idea. And she feels a strong connection to Kiros. Because she mentions Kiros in the Colosseum as well. You see the statue of who Soldier-san was, this man Kiros, who, who fought all these battles. Thank you. Her mother Scarlet was the crown princess. Yeah, so he's a great warrior. He there's a statue there where they say like defeated 300 people or something, but he's just this renowned warrior, renowned Colosseum warrior, but lost it all. And she still feels a connection. She's like, this great Kyros is amazing, and she doesn't know that's her dad. She doesn't know that soldier son. She doesn't know she has this like relationship with him, and it just breaks my heart. He just doesn't have anyone, and he can't defend. Yeah. There we go, 3,000 with just see, man, Freddie, you're so good with details. But that I've always wanted one of those soldier son figures because I love him. There's a figure right now out. It's new. Of Rebecca, but she's dressed in soldier son's like uniform.
Oh, stop! I love that.
Yeah, I really, really want it. I think like $20 or $30, not bad. But
you need it. Then you need it.
I'll get it by Christmas.
If you weren't like 500, I was gonna be like, yeah, you need it.
Yeah, no, these are the glitters and glamours. Like they're nice figures for cheap. I have all of my tall ladies, which you can't see, are that.
You sure you don't want to get those figures?
Oh, I'm gonna get it.
No, I mean like
go show it.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm plugged in. Wait.
Oh well, don't hurt yourself. That's okay.
No, it's fine. This is how we fill up time. It's me opening my shelf. Okay. I don't know how well you can see, but those tall lady figures, most of them are glitters and glamours.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah. That's a good price for those.
And I also have. I don't have a lot of Dressrosa figures, but I do have, except for Senior Pink, but I don't want to talk about him until next video. I do have little Cavendish right here.
Oh, cute.
I don't see him. But I need Bartolomeo because he's the best. #1 fan. I want to cosplay him. Anyways.
Love that. Yeah, that was a fun tour.
Yeah.
I liked it.
So that's one part of this. Sugar time at 8:24. Okay. Because fuck sugar. I love her and hate her. That's how I feel with a lot of people. Kentuckians pronounce cabbage weird. Cavendish, don't know him. Austin, I love him. I must say his name correctly. Okay, so. The rest of... Sorry, go ahead.
Freddie mentioned Sugar is physically 12, but really 22. Which I find creepy usually, but she had no interest in anything but grapes, so it was okay. Is it grapes or blueberries?
I thought it was blueberries. I don't know. It looks like
they look the same.
Yeah. And once again, I appreciate Sugar because she's defeated in a way that, like, any big bad that's defeated by Usopp is always defeated in the goofiest way.
I mean, and I love that for him, right? Like,
I do too.
There's so many people, man, because I've been watching more like One Piece videos of like people who have read what I've already read, and I'm just kind of interested in what people are thinking, you know? And I was watching one the other day, and I mean, this guy just hates Usopp so much. And I'm like, I understand like that's a thing, and I know people still hate him or whatever, but I'm like, also, how at this point do you still hate him?
Oh yeah, and there's something that happens next. Oh, I'm dying to get there. There's something that happens that's so funny. Next part.
Yeah.
That it solidified my love for him forever because it's the
okay, good.
Thing. But
that makes me happy does
happen in this.
I feel for him.
I love him.
I like him.
And we gotta talk about Usopp and the Tontada.
Oh
First
yeah.
of all, I love the Tontada.
I need to watch some episodes. Tell me which episodes to watch with them because like I made up their voices in my head, right? But I'm like, I don't know what they're actually really sounding like. I just assume they're high pitched and they talk funny and it's cute, right?
They're so cute with their little like squirrel looking butts.
I love that. I love how powerful they are.
They're awesome.
They're so cool. I love them a lot. And you get
such a great like Gulliver's Travels moment too, where they first show up and have them all pinned down, which I really like.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is right. This is one of those points where one of Usopp's lies from Thriller Bark comes true. I can't remember if you can find the wording, Freddie. I'd appreciate it.
We just have Freddie on here at this point, right?
Like, Freddie, you want to join for our next? If I
Freddie, turn on your camera.
If you want to join the next one. Or this one, that's fine. I just watched them on Hulu, and yes, they sound exactly how you think.
Fantastic! Please do.
But yeah, like the whole Uso land joke. So they've been waiting for a long time about this like supposed hero is going to come back for the Tontada, and Usopp's like, oh shit, we're not going to get out of this one, and we have things to do. We just better. I'm just gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
It's me. I'm Usolando. Like I'm the one you've been waiting for. I'm the hero. They're like, yay!
I love how gullible they are too, right?
So cute.
They just then immediately they're like, we're not gonna hurt you. They're like, oh okay. Like they're just like, oh okay with everything. Oh cool. Okay.
Oh, cool.
Oh, makes sense. Yeah.
Let's go. Love them. And it makes sense because they're looking for their like queen or princess or whatever and waiting to get her back as well. So everybody's so cute. Everybody's so cute.
I love it.
Love it. Those people on YouTube who hate on everything we love, Star Wars, Marvel, DC, Disney, anime, etc., drive me crazy sometimes. I mean, if you offer no fair criticism, don't say anything at all. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot like that.
There's tons of just
so many from a certain
and...
community.
Yeah, we know a lot of them, maybe. You know.
No.
Maybe not personally. We know of them. Yeah.
I better not know them personally.
I know, right?
Okay. All right, keeping all this straight in my head. I even wrote notes this time, but I didn't write as great notes as I should have. I'll do it better for part two.
I need to start doing that. Yeah.
I really intended to. So we can all start with the Coliseum bit. Well, Freddie, if you're available on, let's see, the 26th to talk One Piece.
Yeah, holler at us.
Let us know. And we should bring back Tina, too.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
All right. Coliseum time. So there's a lot for you. I felt bad. Because I watched this. Lucy.
I know Lucy. I remember
First
Lucy.
Of all, the disguises for the whole team are great.
Oh, they're so good.
Because they all wear these matching suits and these dumb mustaches.
That was so good. I love that. Like y'all are really fooling people with this. How? Like it's just like
so funny. It's so funny. But yeah, and Luffy's one of the best ones because they're on their way. They're kind of like looking through Dressrosa, and Luffy finds out there's this tournament going on. And in the tournament, the prize is, I think it's the Mera no Mi. Yeah, that should be it because Digimon is fire, so that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Playing a lot of Digimon still. So the Mera no Mi is Ace's fruit. So after someone dies, their fruit will go somewhere. It doesn't always land right there. So someone found it and offered it up as like a tournament prize. Probably just to lure people in, really.
Mm.
So of course, all sorts of people show up for this. You have Rebecca, who's royalty, and one of her blocks, which she does win the block, right? Who wants it to take back Dressrosa from Doflamingo. You've got Jesus Burgess, part of Blackbeard's crew. You've got Luffy, who enters, but he's in disguise because he doesn't want to get caught, right? So he goes as Lucy, which is the dumbest thing and the best thing.
It's so stupid, but like in the perfect Luffy way, right?
Oh, absolutely. Like, he was like, I had to come up with a name. Okay, Lucy.
Yeah. And
that's
like when he like starts telling someone, he's like Lou, and they're like, you can't, me, you can't, and then he just comes up with that. I'm like, you're so stupid, and I love it.
And he wears this like, I love his like little outfit and shirt and everything, and he just puts on like a cape and a big mustache and a beard and stuff, and this like weird helmet thing, which is great.
It's so good.
And he's like, yep, no one's gonna know. Yeah. I just like won't use my devil fruit powers as much because it gets all smoky because it's a big old anime fight, right? So people don't see it. They're like, wow, he just like knocked everybody out. I love the moment he introduced himself as Luffy and then reads Lucy in his tag and everyone calms the fuck down. Yeah. Superman Clark Kent logic. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, no one would expect one of these like, you know, worst generation pirates, right, to just be this dumb.
It's true. It's true. Well, even like, I think when a lot of people see him in real life, right, they're like, oh, it's you? Like, you know, they're like, you're tiny. Like,
really?
What's happening?
Right. Whereas if they had seen like Zoro or Sanji, they'd be like, yeah, I get it. Well, maybe not always Sanji because he had his like bad wanted poster for so long.
Oh gosh. Which I love that so much.
Oh, it's such a good bit, especially when he runs into somebody that like actually looks like that. It's
Yeah.
just the best.
Oh, it's so
We didn't
good.
talk about that enough, but that's so funny.
We didn't, you're right, because he was the handsome guy, right? He's like, what? You call me handsome? Hold on, what?
He tries
What'd you
to, like,
say?
wink. He doesn't know how to like. That guy comes back. He's in like I don't think he's in the manga really, but he's definitely in one of like the anime movies.
Oh, I love
which
that.
is great.
I
Because you
love
see him and you're like, oh no, this guy. But yeah, and then you also have. I wish I had saved a picture of the Colosseum group because they actually have it broken up in the manga with like this nice picture of who's where. Because he put it in the video, and now I don't remember where it is. Cool. I thought I would find the picture immediately. I didn't. Oh well, that's okay. Oh, that's nice. That's convenient of them. Anyways, that's really boring for me to talk about and look for, so we will just talk about it anyways. And there's some other people too. So we have like, I guess one of the important little bits is I guess who wins each one. So you've got like the 4 different sections. Rebecca wins hers only because we learn about Cavendish something different. He has this part of him that when he falls asleep, this other part of him comes out. This like evil part who just murders everything. And he looks like he has like a crazy mask on, and he just murders everything, and then he doesn't remember it. But he basically killed everybody except for Rebecca. And then he fell asleep. So then they're like, oh, Rebecca's the winner. And she's like, oh, I didn't do anything.
Also, what a terrible power. Like, what an awful thing to live with. Like, no thanks.
And we also learn before Cavendish goes in there, Luffy reveals who he is to Cavendish. And we learn that Cavendish, like, basically hates the Worst Generation because he's like, they've stolen my thunder and I'm here to get it back. So it's all a vanity thing for him at this point. And then we have the other section, there's 4. The other second section, Jesus Burgess wins because there has to be a Blackbeard guy there that wins, of course. The third one, we have Bartolomeo, whose ability is basically putting up a big barrier, which I love because he's so crude and gross, but also so wonderful because he ends the match, he wins, and he's just like peeing off the side. He's great. And apparently is a huge One Piece Luffy super fan.
Oh my gosh.
He is all into the crew. He is
That's
all
my
about
favorite
the Straw Hats.
part.
He
cries. Favorite. I loved when he was just not at everything and like he was so excited for them.
So cute.
I loved that.
Like I love Barto so much, and that's because I feel like he is the face of like the One Piece fandom completely.
Yeah.
He is us. And honestly, like if I'm looking for characters that really embody me, I feel like he's it because he's just the pure emotion and crying he has over everything is very real. Can you see this, Robin? Right now?
I've been staring the whole time. I'm like, I'm so distracted. She just jumped from one end and then jumped back.
She got there from the window.
Oh, I wondered.
And the hand sign is a Japanese taunt. Wait till you see the rest of Barto Club. Yeah, Barto Club as a whole is great. And Barto's just great. His outfit's great. He's so cute. And just, what a blessing this man is. And then, of course, the fourth one is Luffy, who wins after beating, it's Din Jiao is like his first name. It's a very Chinese name. It's gone. Anyways, he fights Din Jiao, who I love because like he's really upset because he has something against Garp, his like grandfather, because he used to have this beautiful like cone head, and Garp ruined it. Don Jin Jiao, thank you, Freddie. But through their fight, Luffy fixes it, and he's like, I'm devoted to you now. I get you. Which, you know, some of these things will come into play later in a way that I did not expect, because I caught up during Dressrosa. So I got to see this happen as they happened. I was like, whoa. But yeah. Of course, and then the 4 finalists would go into a fight together, but something happens. Kristan, what did you think? Did you see it coming? Was it spoiled for you before it happened? Because I was really hoping it wouldn't be.
No.
Okay,
I don't think I've seen anything coming in this whole series, right? Like, especially when, things like that happen, or like even people coming back, obviously I expect it at this point, but I'm also like, every time I'm like, oh, that guy, or oh, this, know. Yeah, it's exciting.
Sabo's back.
It's exciting.
Which, I don't even know how to get into that. It was I remember I wasn't caught up yet. I was still watching, but my boyfriend at the time who got me into One Piece was current. Mm. And I had I had just finished probably the part where we got the backstory of Sabo, Ace, and Luffy. And so for him, he had been caught up for years and reading currently. So when Sabo showed up, he was like, oh my God. He's like, listen, I know you're not this far, but I have to tell you. Can I spoil it? I was like, yeah, of course. Go ahead. He's like, Sabo's back. And I was like, what? It's been like, 200 whatever chapters. Because we heard about this kid. You just, and a One Piece rule, if you don't see a dead body, they're not dead. Mm. But still, how exciting that all this time he hears about the fruit. He's so upset that he did not make it in time to help Ace. Mm-mm. He's like, I'm going to get there and I'm going to win the fruit. Yeah. And Luffy's face, the relief to see him there. Oh.
Yeah, I definitely never even thought about, like, I've thought about several people coming back when we see them, but he's not one of them I ever even considered, Like, you got a flashback. I didn't even think about it, Yeah. Because we didn't see him after that flashback, right? I mean, you got nothing. I mean,
no one knew. No one knew. But I also love that when he shows up, you're like, yep, that's definitely him, because he has not changed his outfit since he was a child.
Which is perfect, because otherwise how would we know, right?
Still fighting with like a steel pipe, still has this top hat on with goggles, still the same color motif. Looks exactly the same except for his teeth grew in.
I mean, if we didn't have the hat, like, what, we wouldn't have known. We just wouldn't have a clue.
Oh yeah, and Koala. Another big one too. So he's with Koala, who's the very sweet girl that we saw from Tiger's flashback, where she was the little girl hanging out with all the fishermen.
Which I loved that. I love that whole thing.
So they're both back, and they are mainstays from now on until forever.
Oh, I love that.
Which is great. And how crazy, and you know what else is crazy? Let's go ahead and talk about it. They're with the Revolutionary Army. Which means that Koala and Sabo just been hanging out with Luffy's dad for years.
That is crazy.
For years. And, which also means Robin knew. Robin absolutely knew. And there's no way that Sabo wasn't like, oh, hey, Robin, where'd you come from? And she was like, yeah, I hung out with the Straw Hats. Because she'll answer a question if you ask her, right? And then Sabo's just like, oh, shit, that's my brother. What's up? And then Robin came back and was like, doesn't mention a damn thing.
I love how she just knows everything. And she's like, nah, I'm just going to be quiet back here. Don't worry about it. Like, she just knows it all.
God, it's so her, though.
Yeah.
Even though she's one of the most caring people, I think she lacks an emotional intelligence in some ways. Mm-hmm. And it's just these ways where it's just like, nah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be helpful. If you ask me, I'll tell you. But you didn't ever ask.
Yeah. Well, part of that's probably like, what? She's probably thinking, she knows so many things that how does she know what you want to know? Because she knows all the things, right?
Yeah. And so, of course, he goes in, he wins, blah, 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 the end. But he goes in as Lucy. So he's also wearing this dumb thing.
Which I love.
The one twist I agree with Robin withholding it so plays out naturally. Yeah, and I think that's probably she would be one to be like, well, it's not my place. If I told him, it would ruin the surprise.
I mean, it works better for the reader, right? For sure.
Yeah, I think it fits her whole, like, the way she acts. Yeah. So I'm not mad about it. There's probably tons of... I mean, she knows more about that time period. That's where she's probably
I think about that a lot.
Told. Because we're still putting the pieces together. Mm-hmm. Oh, man.
She knows all the things. It's so like James is saying, Robin probably knows where the One Piece is.
Probably.
Yeah. She knows it all.
I wouldn't be surprised. She's like, I just want to figure it out on their own.
Yeah, she's like, I wanted y'all to have a journey and stuff. Just here the whole time.
There's a million other things to talk about, but it's a lot. We introduced to a new admiral, Marine Admiral Fujitora, who I love, and I think everyone will love him a lot more after this ends. But like, he's like Garp, his grandfather, because he has his own obviously his own morality outside the military, because he's willing to let some things slide. He doesn't want to have to deal with it, and he's got his own little temper tantrums, because you mean he's gambling, and he's like, he knows he's being cheated, and he's just like, okay, hole in the floor, like, screw you guys, bye.
Love that.
Oh yeah, shoot, that's literally what Rayleigh said to them. I can tell y'all about the journey. Silver's Rayleigh too. Another one I want more of. Okay. Man, there's so much.
I love every time we do meet someone else from the Navy who's just way more chill than half the other ones, right? I'm like, those are the cool ones, right? Because they could really mess up this whole thing, and they're just like, nah, I don't care.
Well, and I'm still hoping that at the end of this, at the end of One Piece, talking about our theories or whatever else, those are I feel like the Marines will side with the pirates, will side with the Revolutionary Army to beat whatever this big bad is, probably related to the celestial asshole people with the space helmets on, or the world, the top of the world government. I could see them being like, wait, no. We're going to help you all out, which would be really cool.
That would be really cool.
Yeah.
And we love a good moment of enemies to force together and fight against a bigger enemy, right?
Yeah, because not everybody in the world government, or not everyone in the Marines are bad. We've got Colby, we've got Garp.
Yeah.
We technically don't have Aokiji anymore because he's left. Our little Iceman, and not all pirates are good, because there's some really shitty ones, like Blackbeard.
Yeah.
He sucks. I mean, Fujitora was cray-cray. Did not expect to deeply like an admiral. Yeah. And we didn't talk about Sanji and Viola, which a lot of people were shipping them.
Yeah.
Because she's another one part of the royal family. And another part of the royal family that didn't talk about is the king, the former king, who was in the competition under a different name.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Everyone's just like, this guy's familiar.
Yeah. Here it is. Yeah.
Weird.
Everyone's a disguise.
Who's that? Love it. Oh man, they shipped themselves. I mean, and honestly, because I really thought, I thought that was going to be something. It doesn't make sense, but I thought.
I mean, I get that though, right? Because every encounter otherwise that Sanji's had with any woman was not reciprocated. I don't think ever.
No.
So this felt like something different.
Very Brock from Pokemon vibes.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah. So true.
And there'll be one other sort of potential romance later, which I like, but for the people who really ship Zoro and Sanji, they're not happy about it, because that's a big ship in the community.
Oh, I'm sure.
That's not for me, but I understand.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to rain on other people's ships, but
Sure, I feel that.
It's like people shipping Nami and Luffy. That doesn't make sense to me.
I don't get that at all, because this guy does not care about anything but food and being the king of pirates. You know what I mean? He does not. He's not in him. It's just not.
No, Luffy is asexual all the way.
100%. 100%.
That's not his bag. He doesn't care.
Yeah. I love when when the mermaid stuff was happening and all the dudes are going crazy for it, right? And they're just like, ooh, will we see? Well, what will we see? Ooh, the ladies. And he's just like, where's the food, man? I love that vibe. Love it.
And Zoro, I think, will end up being with some very strong warrior woman.
Mm-hmm.
Although I don't mind the people that ship him and Perona, because I think that's funny.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's cute. It makes sense.
I see that. Yeah.
And I want more Perona everywhere, so that's fine. Okay, we hit the major points of this. A lot of this are going to come back. Like, Bellamy is a good person to point out, because Luffy fought him before and runs into him at the Coliseum.
Mm-hmm.
And Bellamy's like, hey, it's cool. I don't hold it against you.
Yeah.
I just want to join Doflamingo's crew. But Bellamy's ability, the whole, like, springs, I want to mention that to you now, because I will mention it again next show.
Okay.
And when we talk about it, we're both going to be like, that's kind of dumb. It's fine. But we have to mention it now, because when the thing shows up, we're going to be like, that's kind of dumb.
I love that.
All right, let me scroll to the bottom of the wiki to make sure I'm not missing any key points. Gosh. And then we'll get to, like, Wano together, and it'll be very different. Also, Kinemon's there, but it doesn't matter, really. Kinemon's there, and they're trying to trade in Caesar Clown.
Oh, yeah.
It's fine. Who cares?
Yeah. That's true, though. Not much, whatever.
Even. Nah. Yeah, that's the main stuff for right now. But, man, the next part's going to be super full of stuff. Let me check the...
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm going to need chapters for that, aren't I?
Yes, you will.
Where did I put...
One Piece arc. How was everybody in the chat tonight?
Yeah, thank you for being here. Thank you. Thank you, Freddie, for all the names that we're not remembering. Appreciate that. Hayden says they need to get caught up on the first 3 and 1. Up beyond that, yeah, you do.
Okay, so 801 is where this ends.
801, okay.
And then we go into other stuff. Luckily, the next 2 months after we finish this aren't going to be too bad. But Wano is long. Freddie's right. Because Wano starts at chapter 909 till currently, which is like 1,000 something.
Yeah. We'll have to figure out how to deal with that.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, cool. Man, I can't believe we'll be through 801. That's crazy.
Oh, yeah. We didn't talk about Law and Sanji.
Oh, yeah.
We'll get there. Next one. I just loved how after the 2-year time skip, he totally directly turns down Boa's proposal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bless her heart. You know, she's doing her best.
She was all about it. I think she was.
But yeah, so I guess, did y'all see Disney's another Buffy YA series, loose prequel, and the first is Spike and Drew? No, I know you messaged me about it, but I hadn't read it yet.
Yeah, I think that sounds more promising. Because, well, we can do a lot of Spike and Drew, back in the day kind of stuff. We've had some of those throughout the years.
Yeah.
Although I'm still going to read that other one.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we're stuck in this.
Yeah, we're trash for it.
So, guys, let's talk next September since we're chilling.
Yeah. Does anyone have any suggestions for maybe what we should be doing? Reading?
Because I don't.
Yeah, what are y'all reading? Let us know.
Yeah. Because the first one will be our hauls and reads, which I won't haul anything by then, but I'll make sure to read
I feel the
something.
Same. Yeah.
I think it'd be good for us to do 2 not mangas.
Yeah.
For the middle. Even better if we can choose something that I can read for here and over your new reader. Also, I need to schedule over your new reader for next month. And also, I need to check hey, Hayden, are you on the Patreon? Can you tell me what book won for Tuesday? I haven't read it. And also, I need to pick a guest. I also need to read whatever it is.
So you have to schedule all your September for all the things, is what you're telling me right now.
I'm a mess. It's fine. Work is busy. I've been taking a lot of fitness classes. I'm working out all the time, guys. Do I look any different? No. Am I any stronger? Maybe.
I'd say yeah. You gotta be.
Let's hope so. I want to be Frankie strong. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? While I enjoyed them, I felt like Dressrosa and Whole Cake could have been trimmed down a bit. I did feel like Dressrosa was very long. I do love. There's so many wonderful bits in Dressrosa, though. Like, there's so many great bits. It did take me a long time to get through. I think it's Elliot's favorite arc, which I was surprised. I'm in a fall reads mood right now. If you have any suggestions, well, you should read Pumpkinheads, Gabby.
Oh, 100%. Pumpkinheads, 100%.
Pumpkinheads.
Yes.
I lent that to Whitney, and she loved it.
Yeah, it's a great time.
Mooncakes is technically also good because it's next month is Moon Festival time.
Yeah, Mooncakes is awesome.
You know, read it while eating some mooncakes. Find your local Chinese or Taiwanese like grocery store and get some for the Moon Festival. Harley Quinn New 52 is Hayden's Rick. Oh, you know it'd be good. Let's see. There's a Poison Ivy book that I think would be fun to read at some point for you to read. It's the one by Amy Chu.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty slim though. Might be too quick of a read, but it's by Amy Chu with art by Clayman. And it's just Poison Ivy. I remember really liking it.
That's fun.
Thanks for saying hey. Heading into work for the night, just come and say hey and leave a like. Have a good night, everyone. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
For Over Your New Read, let's read Core, Maddie. Sure. Let's do it. I'll put it on the schedule for next month. Tell me when you're free.
Well, you got one down, right?
Yay! Young Avengers 1, Patreon. Thank you, James. Oh my god. Don't tell anybody.
Which Young Avengers?
No. The omnibus one with the cool cover.
Okay.
Are you free sometime next week?
Next week?
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah, probably.
Because I can't do it on Tuesday or Wednesday.
Oh, I see.
Or I could do it on Tuesday if it's like before 7 and after.
I was trying to find my Omni. I found it.
But I could do Thursday. Yeah, that one.
Oh, yeah. This is fun. I liked this.
Any chance you're free?
You said Thursday?
Yeah.
Let me check with you, but I think I can maybe do that, yeah.
Okay. Or Tuesday between 5 and 7.
Okay. I think Thursday I probably actually could, but
that would be great.
Yeah. But holler at me again, like later on, maybe tomorrow, and I'll double check everything at work, and yeah.
Don't tell my channel, you guys. Did we do Star Wars Canon? I did do it on Over Your New Reader. I would love it'd be nice to do a Star Wars thing.
Yeah. I'm into that. I recently read, this is something I already read, but I read this Han Solo mini by Marjorie Liu, and Mark Brooks does the art in it. It has the Han Solo mini, but then also like some of the stuff from the Jason Aaron, like stuff that he was specific with his ex and all that stuff. Yeah. So that's in the other part of the book. But this mini, it's only 5 issues, right? Yeah, it's 5 issues. Let me just show you some of this art, right? So like Mark Brooks is known for like his covers mostly, but this interior stuff is amazing. Obviously Marjorie Liu like does an amazing job.
I didn't know she'd written Star Wars, and I'll read anything she does.
Yeah, this was just so fun. It was great. There's not a lot of meat to it to be able to talk about much, I guess, but I don't know.
It was still really throw in like another one. Ones.
Another small one. Maybe anybody have a small Star Wars suggestion to throw in?
I think I've already read Leia, but I'd read again.
Oh yeah, I would.
I haven't read. Oh God, what's his name? Who runs that planet? Who used
Planet
to have
Runner?
a ship?
Oh,
these capes.
Yes. I think I know what you're talking about.
Lando.
Yeah, I was like Lando, right? Yeah.
I haven't read Lando.
I read Lando, but it was years ago, so I don't remember. We could do a Leia Han thing, though. That'd be cute, right?
Oh, let's do it. That'd be cute.
Okay. I'm into that.
Okay, so that's one.
Because they're both probably on Marvel Unlimited, right? I mean...
Actually, I think that they're also in Comixology. A lot of the Star Wars stuff is.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
So it's like super accessible.
Okay. So...
Have you read Bitterroot?
No, I remember you were talking about it. I'm loving it, right?
I haven't read it.
Oh, what am I thinking of? Am I just thinking of you asking me and I assumed you loved it? Is that what it is?
Maybe.
Okay. My bad.
I'm looking at my image trays right here. I also have these 3, which I haven't read yet, but I think I read the first one. Rose. Have you read these? Do you have them?
No, I think I might have the first one actually.
Because that'd be a good one too. I remember reading the first one and really loving it. I love the art.
Is it
And
just 3?
I think it's just 3 right now.
Oh, okay.
But the art is beautiful. And consistent.
Well, we like
I
that.
know how much I love that.
We like that.
So that
I'm
could
into
be
that.
an option if you could find access to it.
They should be on Hoopla, but I'll check. Check right now.
Yeah. I'm missing comments. Kristan, I just finished Giant Days Volume 14 the other day. I'm now in some major Susan, Esther, and Daisy withdrawal. Love them girls.
Oh my gosh, Bobby, same. I'll never forget. It was a great ending, but I feel it. I need to reread it all, like at some point. And you know what, Maddie? We should do that. That's a future episode at some point.
I would like to.
When you feel like going through it with me. I think they're all on Comixology Unlimited now. So.
And I miss buying all of the deluxes too, which is a bummer.
Well, there's only 3. They never came out with more.
Oh, okay. I only have the first one anyways.
Yeah. So you're all right with that. But whenever you feel like going through it, let me know and we'll do it.
As long as I have access, I'm good.
Yeah.
If you have Azuki, how about Space Brothers, Flying Witch, or Tokyo Revengers? I don't have Azuki, but I think Flying Witch, if I can remember, it would be a great one for October.
Yeah, I read like 1 or 2 volumes and I really liked it.
Yeah, because I need to start thinking about October ahead of time and do a mix of like actually spooky and just like witch adjacent.
Yeah, that would be fun.
But Flying Witch is lovely. I never read it, actually. I watched it. How about Afterlift by Zdarsky? One trade, but previously Comixology Unlimited. Original. I haven't read that.
I haven't either. I've wanted to, just because I like him.
Kind of says Paper Girls. I did read that on Over Your New Reader. But I don't think we've done it on here.
No, we haven't.
But I mean, I love Paper Girls.
Yeah, I'm into that too.
Yeah. Okay, well, that gives us some stuff to think about anyways. Mm-hmm. So definitely Star Wars one, and then whatever other one, it depends on what you have access to, what I have access to.
Okay, cool.
But if you do have access to Rose, that'd be great, because I want an excuse to read it.
Yeah, I just typed in Rose on Hoopla. That doesn't do it. Let's try volume 1.
I'm sure it's time.
Okay. What? Who's it by?
Meredith Finch.
Okay, there's multiple ones coming up and I'm very confused by it. Here we go.
Yeah, and her husband is also in comics. I think he's done some Wonder Woman too.
Okay, yeah.
I think maybe he's very good at Wonder Woman.
There's 3 on here, so we're good.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay. Let's do that. Maybe October. You want to aim for like Giant Days October? We could do that.
Sure, unless we want to do a spooky team.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about it. Yeah, never mind. Yeah. Well, sometime.
We gotta stay spooky. Well, we could go ahead and let's say I want to talk about sheets and delicates with you. So.
Oh, now you do.
Oh my god.
I see how it is. Okay. You have to wait till October to talk about it with me. It's fine.
Wow. Okay. It's because I forgot to mention it.
I known, I would have invited myself, but I had no idea.
I posted it.
Where?
I don't know. On the near mint stuff.
I didn't see it.
I mean, it gets lost. I don't know where it stays. September is Latinx month, so Robbie Reyes' Ghost Rider would be perfect time. I read any Ghost Rider. I just watched that movie.
I haven't either. Yeah, same.
I've read about some Ghost Rider when he was in I don't know, War of the Realms or something. Not War of the Realms. That's not it. No, it is War of the Realms. Man, I'm losing my mind. I want to work tomorrow. Chris, I just want you to like show up and hang out. Did you see?
I don't either.
Forget comic books. Okay, this is Maddie and Kristan chat time.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the Circle's coming back next month?
What? No.
Yeah.
Okay, that was genuine joy that came out of me. When? When is it? Stop it right now.
I know. How soon? That's
Circle
crazy.
message. I am so excited! Exclamation mark. Send message.
Let me make sure I'm not crazy because I swear that I saw that. I'm gonna be very upset.
I can't handle it.
September 8th. Can you believe?
I can't handle it.
Is there any way we can like Netflix watch party that when it comes out? Or
oh my god, please. Please.
Circle message. I am so excited. To watch next season.
And how about one of those emojis with the
send?
Because they're always like, how about one of those emojis?
Hayden, that was UK first.
Hate it.
It's a reality show. I don't watch most reality shows, but I would.
And I don't either.
Die for the Circle.
It's so good. It is so good. It shouldn't be that good.
Everyone's in a room by themselves, and they can't talk or like video chat with anybody. They're just in the room. They can only talk through like messaging online or whatever online. And they have to guess who's real and who's a catfish.
Right, and maybe that's why I love it because I'm all about catfish.
That must be. Where's the comic for that? Can there just be comics for all the stuff that I want there to be comics for?
Please, please, I'm all about it.
I don't know, Manifest or like.
Okay. Can have we talked about Manifest?
No. I'm not caught up on the newest season. But
girl.
I heard they're finishing it.
Here's the deal. I watched 3 episodes randomly like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Just because I saw it was trending.
Yeah.
Okay. And that was back when it was canceled and whatever. So I watched 3 episodes. I was like, man, I'm really into the show. And I like Google it. I'm like, how many seasons is it? And it's like, nah, girl, it's gone. And I was like, what? So I got upset. And I was like, I'm not going to waste my time to not have an ending to this darn show that I got into. Yeah. So I stopped until now where they're like, oh, it's coming back. And I'm like, now I have to finish it.
Wrap it up.
Now I have to finish it. I'm so excited. So excited.
I know.
That's my story.
I'm stoked. Also, I need you to watch. You're okay with spooky things, right?
Yeah.
Ish.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so brand new cherry flavor on Netflix.
Okay.
I was not interested. It's about this like filmmaker whose film gets stolen. She like wants to get back at this guy through some like witchcraft or something. And it's super weird. But I was on TikTok, as I am. And this person made TikTok that was like, is a brand new cherry flavor for me like Twin Peaks is for like white men or whatever. I love Twin Peaks a lot. So I was like, I'll be there. I'll check this out. And it's weird, but it's cool, and I want you to watch it. Okay. That deserves a comic book too. Everything.
Okay, I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah, brand new cherry flavor. It's a limited series, so once you watch it, you're done. Which I also like.
I do too, because there's just so much anymore.
I know, and there's no TV right now because TV season hasn't really started. So
yeah, we're in that middle.
Very boring.
Yeah, mine is still just catfish.
I watched getting ready.
The new season, and then I went back one because I was like, I didn't see this one either. So it's exciting.
Wait, is Pen 15 out now, or is it coming up? Have you watched Pen 15?
I still haven't. I know I need to. I know. But catfish, Maddie.
Oh god, Pen 15's so good. Pen 15's like, it's just the best. Oh, so good. Well, anyways.
Hayden's right though. Kim's Convenience should continue as a comic book. Putting that out there in the universe.
Oh, that'd be
I just
great.
need an ending, right?
Well, honestly, I think all the people that are involved in that project would totally be about it.
Then it'd be great if, like, let's get some of the cast members to, like, write it, right? Let's back off from the other, let's just get them to take it in their own hands.
The guy who plays Appa was literally live an hour ago on YouTube.
I love that.
Oh, so great.
He's lovely.
Well, guys, thank you so much for hanging out. We will be back next week with our hauls and rates. And, it was fun. Help me stay safe and healthy. Wear a mask.
Please.
And make fun of anybody who doesn't cover their nose with their mask, you know?
That's right. And get some great books on instocktrades.com.
Absolutely. We will
Save your money.
next week.